Hello, everybody, and welcome to Electric City Sentai Denzicaster, your somewhat regularly scheduled video cast about the wonderful world of Tokusatsu in front of a live studio audience.
And the crowd goes mild.
There you go.
It's two dudes and a cat.
They're alive for now, and anyway, I'm your host, Mike.
Man, I got my excuse.
I'm your host, Mike Brown. I'm joined by Joe Gibkins, homeboy.
Whoop whoop. I'm Josh.
And we got Dave the Head, who, this is take 2, in full disclosure. I got a phone call and we want to give him time to finish his corn dogs, because that's apparently a thing. Hey, we're trying to record over here. You can
If you're going to play your 3DS, turn the volume down.
You're a grown-ass man. You should know that everybody wants you to turn it down when you're playing your Pokemon.
All right, folks. So today we are taking a look. Yeah, you thought our podcast got derailed pretty freaking easy. Anyway,
You have a podcast?
You were only
I know,
on
I'm
it
just
for
kidding.
anyway. Today we are taking a look at episodes 33 and 34 of Kamen Rider Drive. I got it right the second time.
Woo!
So yeah. So
Rehearsals are amazing.
yes. Oh, don't lie to them that much. We did not rehearse a damn thing. We've just recorded this part once already. All right, folks. So in these two episodes, coming out of episode 32, Tamari Shinosuke, deader than a doornail. So was Krim Steinbelt, both killed by Freeze, a.k.a. Mikage, the Minister of Defense of Japan, who came out of nowhere to be our big bad and returned to nowhere in these two episodes because he's dead. First thing we see is basically
Funeral for a friend.
The funeral for a friend. We see these guys get together, and Shinosuke, his death just tears up everyone in this department.
The amount of man tears that the lieutenant, where he actually says that it shatters his detective heart to see that his comrade is dead.
Yeah.
I mean, visibly upset by this.
Yes. All the way down to they start to shut down the department.
Yeah, the scientist woman and the computer guy are really just kind of call-ins. They just come in to help out. They're not really police officers.
Right?
Mm-hmm. You got Lieutenant.
Yep.
He went back to 1st Division, and I can never remember her name.
You usually get it right.
Kiriko. She's locked herself in the house and become kind of recluse.
Yeah.
So I just leaves the chief.
And he's packing up files.
Yeah, he's packing up shop. So that's where we begin in episode 33. But throughout the course of the episode, which you can see playing behind us, there's our poor chief in the midst of mourning. Throughout the course of the episode, one of the things that we make as our discovery is that apparently Shinosuke isn't a corpse yet. Somehow Krim has fused with Shinosuke physically, and his programming is acting as a life support system. Now, I've watched a lot of Kamen Rider over the years. This is not the dumbest excuse I've heard.
I know the way I saw it. Nah, he's just in sleep mode. He's not dead. He's just in sleep mode.
I like the other.
Oh, that he was in safe mode.
Well, I like that joke too, but no, the comparison of being Firestorm.
Yeah. Which we start to see that because in this episode, what we wind up with is basically they discover that they're going to have to essentially reboot the belt in order to save Shinosuke's life.
To reboot his art.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
To do that, they're going to have to use the power of all the shift cars combined with Trideron, which they're going to have to get up to 88 miles per hour and...
AKA
220 kilometers. Mommy, we need to accelerate to 220 kilometers per hour. We can't go back to the future. I mean, save the Kamen Rider's life.
Yes, there's they have to get up to like 202 gigawatts.
It's 200.
Well, no, I was thinking the gigawatts.
Sure.
Yeah.
From Back to the Future. Anyway, copyright infringement aside. So they have to get up to a certain speed, 200 kilometers an hour, for Trideron to generate enough power to reboot the belt. So Kiriko decides to take on that task herself, and Freeze tries to stop it to not much avail because we wind up with basically Chase comes in to save the day, and then we wind up with Trideron as the new mode for Kamen Rider, and that's where we really get Kamen Rider Firestorm, which I think is a really, really cool concept. What do we think of the suit? This is my favorite suit in Drive.
It's a good-looking suit. I mean, I even kind of dig the head spoiler.
Well, he's had the head spoiler for a while, but I mean, it's more pronounced in this mode.
Once I realized that it was like the car breaking apart and forming armor over his suit, I liked it better that way. It incorporates the old and brings a new, as opposed to the other suits that just replace.
So it kind of, to me, seems a lot like from Mospita / Robotech Next Generation, like the Cyclone suits, the motorcycles that transform into the suit. Very similar to that.
Okay, so Josh hasn't seen all the suits, I don't think. At least he wasn't here for the episode where they debuted. Better or worse than Technic? That's the green one.
I think Technic is my favorite.
Really?
Yes.
You're saying that just because it looks like a G1 Transformer, aren't you?
That's a good half of it, but the other half is, and I know it's going to sound dumb, but it's symmetrical.
So yeah, I can buy that. Okay.
There's no awkward tire placements. And if there is, I don't remember.
Better or worse than Wild?
I don't really. Wild's the black and white one?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Wild. If I don't remember it, I guess I don't have a problem.
Better or worse than Formula?
Oh, it's definitely better.
I saw that. Yeah, 100% better than Formula.
Yeah, Formula I hate.
First of all, this one can actually fit through a door.
True.
Formula.
And he can raise his arm.
Is the Studebaker, the Pinto, the whatever whooping horse for vehicles you want. That's this one. I mean, that suit.
It's the Saturn of Kamen Rider.
It's like,
sorry about that unexpected recall notice.
Oh, they got like. I like the Saturn. I enjoyed the Saturn when it worked. But yeah, the suit. I mean, that Formula suit. It's like 3 or 4 different things that almost made it, and none of them did. So it all sucked.
Yeah. So. I think we all agree the Trideron suit itself is very sweet.
And I like it better than that. What's the other one he does?
Speed?
No, the one that he shares with Go.
Oh, Mach Dead Heat.
Dead Heat, Fire.
Or Dead Heat in general.
I didn't really care for Dead Heat.
Let me ask this, because this is a feature that I really dig about the suit. I really like the fact that the visor changes colors depending on who's in control.
Oh yeah, when personalities are switching over.
Yeah. The suit has yellow eyes if Shinosuke is in control, but then it has sort of the concentric red rings like the belt does if Krim is in control. You're the one that who made the Firestorm reference first? It wasn't me.
It was me.
You?
Yeah.
So, do we all watch Legends of Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. So, would you, having watched Legends of Tomorrow, I think it's an incredibly fair comparison.
Oh yeah. The Krim is definitely the Professor Stein style character, the mentor.
Right.
Except he gets to take control of the body every once in a while.
Yeah. Well, which you kind of see that in the latest episode of Legends of Tomorrow. He does somewhat take control of the body he's in. It's not Jack's, but he does take control of it.
He interferes.
Yeah.
He doesn't really take control.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, but could he?
Yeah.
If Jax wasn't fighting him, could he take control of the body? We know that when he was teamed with Ronnie during the Flash episodes, they were back and forth in control.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that on our debut of the Legends podcast when we get around to doing that. But anyway.
I have my hopes off.
Well, never know. We might do a DC special. So...
Hawkman, never forget. Okay, moving on.
Anyway.
I think he'll be back, but he's still tribute.
Maybe I'll put up the black screen at the end of it in memory of Carter Hall.
Yeah, but the problem is it's going to be like...
Episode 1 to 2.
It's going to be like Carter Hall. 4,000 to 3,964 BC, 1901 to 1928.
Oh, no, it's just going to be Legends of Tomorrow Episode 1 to Legends of Tomorrow Episode 2.
Also,
and that 15 minutes on Flash.
AKA, Vandal Savage is a dick.
Well, yeah. So, speaking of
Dicks.
So, let's talk about Go.
I knew where this was going.
That's kind of next to Shinosuke being brought back to life, that's the major plot point of these couple episodes.
That Go was faking it.
Yeah, is that he was acting like he was being controlled. He wasn't actually being controlled.
No, I mean, it's a cop show, and he was going undercover in the criminal organization.
Even if nobody else knew about it.
Yeah, but didn't tell no damn body. I mean, this is some infernal affairs shit going on.
Infernal?
So, yes.
Yep.
Okay. Wonderful movie. You should watch it one day.
Mm-hmm.
They turned it into
The Departed.
Yeah, it's the Departed is the American version of it, which is not a bad movie. It's not a good movie, but it ain't a bad one.
I disagree.
That's not a good.
I disagree that it's a very good movie.
Well,
I liked it.
I'm very, very much entertained by it.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that, we see that this is all a big plan he has. In fact, it's the scene that's playing behind us right now.
Yeah, that's kind of distracting. I want to watch it now.
It is the said David never in this. But anyway, he's going after the tablet. And so we find out that the tablet holds this knowledge on the Roidmuse. Yes.
It's Dr. Bono.
Yes, it's
His dad.
Professor Bono. Yeah, his father is housed in the tablet.
And we watched these so far apart that was new information to me.
I missed all those episodes, so it was completely new information to me. I had no idea. When it's Professor Bono. Who?
Yeah.
Or I'm probably saying it wrong. It's Banno.
No, it's Bono.
Okay.
You got it right. So, yeah, it's his dad, his and Kiriko's dad, housed in the tablet, not unlike the way Krim Steinbelt is housed in the Drive driver.
He doesn't seem to have the personality for what little screen time he got that Professor Krim does. So some of the humanity might have been lost.
Right.
But, I mean, still, it's a window of your dad.
Yeah.
You know.
And his father is the creator of the Roidmuse, so maybe there's something here that can be used. That's the
no, like I said, he said, like Go said, that I wanted to get this because with this I can destroy them all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his goal, is to find a way to finish them, reverse engineer the process, what have you.
So when we move into the next episode, when we move into 34, we wind up, now there's a bit of a vacuum. We start to see Hart take more of a role again in the show. Hart is none too pleased initially with, he mourned Shinosuke's death, because here's the guy that he thought would bring him to his ultimate evolution. But we now see the next ultimate evolution, because apparently, where we thought Mikage was directly responsible for Shinosuke's dad's death, no he's not. Instead, it's a jealous bastard, who we've known as a bastard for quite a while. And that is the captain.
The creepiest captain.
Yes.
Even in death, Mikage decides to troll the heroes, where it's like, I'm not actually the one that killed your dad, peace!
Hello, I'm blasting off again.
Yes. And so instead, we wind up finding out that it is the creepy-ass captain, and essentially, it was all about jealousy.
Yeah, I get the point. It's very anticlimactic.
We also find out that our chief was not Shinosuke's dad's partner.
Right.
We talked about. No, it's actually the captain was his partner, and the captain was just so incredibly jealous that when the opportunity presented itself to off him at a bank robbery, he did. Which, in and of itself, I mean, that does seem kind of.
Well, I think a lot of it is that when he saw his partner like actually step up, do the big hero thing to save the little girl, it just reminded him that here's my partner being a hero and I'm over here being a coward.
Right.
And then that's where
he really wasn't a coward. He did grab one of the bank robbers.
Yeah, I mean, he was stopping an assailant.
No, I mean, I get where you're going with it, and he's all wrapped up in his own twisted behavior. He doesn't see that he was a hero at the moment. He was doing a good job. He was just very aggressive, looking to be promoted, play the politics more than being a police officer.
He was very ambitious.
That's it. Thank you.
And here he sees someone who is simply being a cop and getting rewarded for it instead of going through all the machinations and trappings that he is. So we find that out. We also find out that Brain is willing to merge with him personally.
Now that's near the end of 34, right?
Yeah, we're in 34. We're almost to the end of that. He's willing to merge with him personally in order to help fulfill his ends and his needs.
Because
No,
we did
not
learn
so
that
much,
he
but-
was already bonded with some kind of a Roid
with
Mood.
the thief Roid Mood.
Like 106 or something.
Yeah. And so he goes to bond with Brain at Brain's suggestion, but it is the peak of human jealousy. So jealous of someone that you are willing to kill them and do so, that allows Brain to reach his ultimate
Or at least
evolution.
it appears to be.
Yeah. Well, and he's gone Super Saiyan, so we're assuming that's what's happened. So now, going forward, now Brain is an ultimate evolved Roid Mood. He's gone Super Saiyan. We have, the captain's not dead. The captain's lying there in a heap. So, just like, oh crap, why are you not doing it? Basically, he's getting jilted again by a Roid Mood. So, going forward, now Brain is, at least hypothetically, the most powerful Roid Mood. And
I gotta. The big problem here is that Brain's supposed to be smart.
yeah,
Okay. Well, he's already seen a Roid Mood hit its final form and still get defeated.
yes.
What's he think he's going to do?
Who knows? With
Brainy stuff. I don't know.
I'm just saying. Shinosuke.
the same thing he does every night, Pinky.
Shinosuke's already defeated their highest evolution forms 2 or 3 times. Well, the first time it was an evolved one. That was the biggest it could get.
Oh,
he defeated it. The second time, here's the biggest one it could get. Well, he's defeated. So, I mean, he keeps getting upgrades. I don't know, man. If I was these guys, I think I'd move.
Well,
unfortunately, Dave, that you're basically thinking that that's not the way that Kamen Rider monsters villains think. Of course, they come back and they get beaten, and then he upgrades, and then he beats them again. But they never say, "Well, I'm just leaving." No, I mean, there's no story if they pack up and leave town because they're like, "We can't beat this dude."
Well, they have had at least one time where the mantra was like, "F this noise," and made a run for it, and then Kamen Rider chased him down and killed him. So
I'm just saying, you could take the heavy to Morocco. There's no Kamen Rider in Morocco.
That we know of.
It's a star.
Kamen Rider Vespa.
Fighting crime. At
Kamen Rider Segway.
Fighting crime at a safe 40 kilometers an hour.
So, Brain right now is the most powerful Roid Mood as far as we know. We've got Shinosuke, who is now effectively Kamen Rider Firestorm and is presumably in his most powerful form now. The captain has betrayed everybody, so he is now an island. So, and then we still have Go, who we know has a problem with Chase, who really doesn't do a heck of a lot in these couple episodes beyond being the supporting Kamen Rider fighting bad guys. Although he does have the moment with Go on the bridge where he's like, no, you're not going to throw away what you betrayed all of us to get. Because at one point he actually goes to throw it away saying, I've been a hero and I'm trying to do this, and yet one of my best friends is dead.
Right.
So, not so much.
Well, the other side of the coin is he's got what he thinks is the silver bullet, plus the reconnection with his dad. Once he gets past the shame of what he's done, he's going to be in a really good spot.
Sure.
And even with the shame, he's not in a bad spot.
Right. So going forward, what do we think? What are we looking forward to? We've got about, let's say it was 34, so we got about 12 episodes to go, I think.
I honestly would rather see Heart step forward as the main bad guy instead of Brain.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he would be a much better main villain.
I can tell you, because I have the benefit of knowing who the big bad for the end of the series is. But I can tell you, even watching this episode, my thought process was not that, putting myself in, I was like, oh dear God, not Brain.
Well, I don't think he's going to last long.
Yeah. And
I mean, what was it, Mikagi?
Yeah, Freeze.
Freeze was the bad guy for a handful of episodes.
He was the mid-season bad guy.
Right, but I mean, his involvement in half the shows were 3 minutes or less. And when he finally did reveal to be the bad guy, he was trouble for 3-4 episodes.
Yeah.
And it took getting Super Saiyan to be a real threat.
Yeah.
But to be fair, when he did become a real threat, he effing punched a hole through the Kamen Rider's chest.
I was talking to Josh on the way over here, and I was thinking recently, would I like this show had I sat down and watched it in a binge, like episode to episode? we've been doing this for almost a year.
Yeah.
We've been averaging 4 to 6 episodes a month.
Yeah.
And I think with that large gap in between, while it does hurt me and I don't remember a lot of the things that happened, it does also build that whole absence makes the heart grow fonder. I believe higher in this show because I don't get to see it as much than I would if I had. Right. So I'm interested in seeing more, obviously, and I like the way that Kiriko was the human hero.
Yeah.
She was the hero for the sake of humanity.
And
amongst her friends.
And then in that last little exchange with Brain, where they send in the Gump Soldier, and Kiriko just straight up kicks this Roy mute in the chest.
Yeah. And she was the one with the pistol when they were clearing doorways and busting in.
Yeah. She's the cop character, essentially, in the cop show. So, folks, I think that's going to wrap up our thoughts on these 2 episodes. We've still got about 12 episodes to go, and somewhere in there, there's going to be, we're going to take a break and dive into some kaiju movie. What? I don't know. But there'll be something involving giant monsters. That'll be coming up sometime in a couple of weeks. So, until next time, I'm Mike.
I'm Josh.
I'm David.
And we'll see you next time on Denzicaster.